Today we will discuss the history of the Cold War. The Cold War was a long period of political, military, and ideological tension between the United States and the Soviet Union. It started after the end of World War II and lasted from 1947 to 1991. It was called a Cold War because the two superpowers never fought each other directly in a full-scale war. Instead, they competed through political influence, military alliances, nuclear weapons, space technology, propaganda, and proxy wars. Now let us discuss the causes of the Cold War. After World War II, the United States and the Soviet Union became the two most powerful countries in the world. However, both countries had completely different systems. The United States supported democracy, capitalism, free elections, and private businesses. On the other hand, the Soviet Union supported communism, one-party rule, and state-controlled economy. Both nations wanted to spread their ideology across the world. This ideological conflict became the main cause of the Cold War. Now let us discuss the division of Europe. After World War II, Europe was divided into two major parts. Western Europe became friendly with the United States. Eastern Europe came under the control of the Soviet Union. This division became known as the Iron Curtain. Countries like Poland, East Germany, Hungary, Romania, and Czechoslovakia became communist states under Soviet influence. To strengthen military power, the United States and its allies formed North Atlantic Treaty Organization in 1949. The Soviet Union later formed the Warsaw Pact in 1955. One of the most dangerous parts of the Cold War was the nuclear arms race. In 1945, the United States developed and used atomic bombs. Soon, the Soviet Union also developed nuclear weapons. Both countries then started producing larger and more powerful bombs, including hydrogen bombs. This created a dangerous situation called mutually assured destruction. It meant that if one side launched nuclear weapons, both sides could be destroyed completely. Because of this fear, the world remained under constant tension for many years. Now let us discuss some important events of the Cold War. Number 1. Berlin Blockade, 1948 to 1949. The Soviet Union blocked roads and railways leading to West Berlin. In response, the United States and its allies supplied food and necessities through aircraft. This operation became known as the Berlin Airlift. Eventually, the Soviet Union ended the blockade. Number 2. Korean War, 1950 to 1953. Korea was divided into two parts. North Korea was communist and supported by the Soviet Union and China. South Korea was supported by the United States and the United Nations. The war caused massive destruction and loss of life. However, neither side achieved complete victory. Number 3. Cuban Missile Crisis, 1962. The Soviet Union secretly placed nuclear missiles in Cuba near the United States. America viewed this as a major threat. For several days, the world feared a nuclear war. Finally, both sides reached an agreement and removed the missiles. This event is considered the most dangerous moment of the Cold War. Number 4. Vietnam War, 1955 to 1975. North Vietnam was communist and supported by the Soviet Union and China. South Vietnam was supported by the United States. The war became one of the longest and most controversial conflicts of the Cold War period. Number 5. Space Race. The Cold War also became a competition in science and technology. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the first artificial satellite. In 1961, Yuri Gagarin became the first human to travel into space. Later, in 1969, the United States successfully completed the Apollo 11 moon landing. Now let us discuss the Berlin Wall. In 1961, East Germany built the Berlin Wall. The wall was built to stop people from escaping from East Berlin to West Berlin. It became a global symbol of division between communism and capitalism. The wall remained standing for nearly 28 years. Now let us discuss the end of the Cold War. During the 1980s, the Soviet Union faced serious economic problems. At the same time, people in Eastern Europe demanded more political freedom. Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev introduced reforms called glasnost, meaning openness, and perestroika, meaning restructuring. In 1989, the Berlin Wall finally fell. Soon after that, communist governments in Eastern Europe began collapsing. Finally, in 1991, the Soviet Union officially dissolved. This marked the end of the Cold War. The Cold War greatly affected the modern world. It increased nuclear weapons production, encouraged scientific and space development, created military alliances, and caused conflicts in many countries. Even today, many international tensions and political relations are influenced by the history of the Cold War.